Hey guys, it's Ty, and today I thought I would talk to you guys about triggers. Now, triggers are a real thing, so I totally believe that there are triggers out there. I get triggered. So basically, the definition of a trigger is something that sets off like a flashback transporting a person to the event of his, her, or their original trauma. Now, this doesn't always mean that it's physical trauma. A lot of times for transgender people, words can trigger them. And I'm going to say a couple of words here. So like vagina, or penis, or breast, or having a period, or it could be going to certain family events can trigger people. You know, if you had a bad experience where they misgender you or they refuse to call you by your preferred name, you know, all these things can trigger somebody. But, you know, you have to deal with your triggers. You can't let them control you. Triggers are very personal, so different triggers trigger different people. People tend to avoid situations that they think will trigger them. Like I said before, you know, pretty soon you're just going to be living in isolation. You know, what you have to do is you have to deal with your triggers. You know, not everyone is going to know what your triggers are, so you can't fault them for that. You know, unless somebody knows what your trigger is and they trigger you in a malicious way, then, you know, people are going to say stuff and, you know, triggers are going to happen all over the place. So you just have to learn how to manage them. So, how do you cope with triggers? Well, this is what I do. So, I have PTSD from sexual trauma and physical abuse. And I also had a lot of dysphoria in, you know, my chest region, you know, before I had my top surgery. I had fairly large breasts and people said they were very nice, perky, they weren't saggy, but I hated them. I hated them being touched. I hated to be touched. But, you know, I couldn't live my life, you know, not being touched. I refused to be a victim of my triggers. So, exposure therapy works for me. It works really well. So, if, say, my wife touched my breast, you know, I would just deal with it. That's exposure. You just go with it. You know, you have to kind of gain emotional freedom. Again, because triggers can just take over your life if you let them. They are real. I will reiterate myself. They are real. But you have to face your fears. You can practice a few steps. You can try to relax. So you breathe and release the tension in your body. Breathe in and breathe it out. You know, you can do things like detach, clear your mind of all thoughts. So it's kind of like, you know, a meditating, you know, a meditation kind of thing. You can center yourself. You know, this is drop all your awareness down to the center, just below your belly button, right? And you just relax. You can focus, so you can like choose one key word that represents how you want to feel in that moment. So you breathe in that word and you allow yourself to feel that shift. So basically what I'm trying to say is, when you feel a trigger coming on, acknowledge the fact that the trigger is there and then kick it in the butt. Okay? Use your mind, meditate, get out of that situation in your head. Let it go. triggers are real, I get it. But you can overcome it. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you next time. Bye.